Hey everyone. So the phrase, right? A new opportunity doesn't start with a new day, it starts with a new attitude. And I've applied this multiple times. And let me tell you, I didn't really even heard that phrase before. In 2021, when my whole journey of personal development started, and I started, just working on mindset and be mindful about certain beliefs, certain attitudes that I had, certain um, the way I approach things, my personality, right? I started learning a lot of things about that, and I'm forever going to be grateful for that. So, well, I'm going to talk about a particular case, and later on, I'm also going to be sharing more situations that happened where this phrase just it's perfect, in every situation. So, but this was in 2021, one of the things that happened in 2021. So, I have mentioned before, I got separated in January, and I, like I had mentioned before, I had nothing other than my clothes in my car and my two kids. I had a car, but I had to pay for the car. So I'm blessed that I had a car. But um, I didn't have a job. I was working as a freelancer, doing bookkeeping services, and also assisting in other parts of running a business. And it was enough, again, like I mentioned before, to pay for our personal expenses, for pay for some expenses in the house, and didn't really have any savings. So when I got separated, had nowhere to go, and I mentioned before too about my mom's friends, who allowed us to stay at his house for. We stayed there for about 3 months. So the rest of the month of January. So I got separated on the 9th. So the rest of the month of January, February, and during this time, I was applying for apartments. Obviously, trying to find whatever was the most affordable, um, one bedroom for three people. It was the most affordable, and but I wasn't qualifying because I didn't have a W-2. I did submit a proof of income, but it was just my bank statement. So I didn't have like a secure job, right? And on top of that, it was only one income and it was three people depending on that one income. So, it was kind of a, um, I would say, a risky situation, right, for a landlord to accept something like that, right? And so I kept looking. In the meantime, I kept working and I kept doing more personal development, watching videos, investing a lot of time watching videos and reading books. There were, I can mention some books that really have changed my life. The first book I read was actually The Power of Now, because I had a problem being stuck in the past. So read that book. if if you want a different perspective, or you just read it for fun. There's another book that's actually right back there. I gave it to my son and I told him, just read it for fun. Let's make a deal. If you read this book, I'm gonna let you buy a video game. I'm gonna pay for the video game. So, and he read it, and it also gave him, wow, he was really, it was incredible. We were talking about the book and everything. So anyway, go back to the story. So February, March, finally I get approved. I was so happy, so grateful for the manager there, who was the one who approved our application, to rent that one bedroom apartment, and it was affordable enough. Um, Again, the only provider, only income, and so we would go. So this was March, right? then around April, like I'm over here working, trying to find ways to grow my business, to find more clients. I hear about social media advertising. I hear about LinkedIn, and I have obviously profile with all of those sites. There's this company who was, I think there was something starting with LinkedIn where you were able to reach out to more people and grow your LinkedIn profile, like the followers, the network. I'm not sure what they call it on LinkedIn, because after that one experience, I honestly kind of uh, didn't feel ready to be too active on LinkedIn. So anyway, so this company reaches out, and I meet with the one of the people that was working there, and they tell me that they're working on this project, that they are helping professionals like myself grow their LinkedIn network. And there was a certain strategy that they used, and that they were going to do all the work, and all I had to do was pay, right? So that was great. I felt like they obviously approached me. This is the market that we're gonna target. It was CPAs at the moment and tax preparers, because some of them don't provide bookkeeping services but do have a network of bookkeepers who they refer the clients to. So I thought it was great, and it helped me grow my network. I didn't get much about it, I'm gonna be honest, but it grew my network. And well, I was here and there posting, and then one day, somewhere in April, there's this person, like this profile, super professional, clean cut, like suit and everything, and had a really good network too. I think he had over 500 connections or something. I don't remember how they're called in this platform. Anyway, so, and he was also connected to other people that I had on my network. So he tells me, he reaches out, he says that he's looking for an assistant, and that they're trying to pay this assistant in commission. This person works at a bank, super, national bank. And so, and he's also having this side hustle, this working with other people on their investment. At the time, it was crypto. Honestly, I never really got into that. Bitcoin, crypto, I don't know. I never really had much knowledge about it. So, for some reason or another, the conversation kind of falls off. We don't continue conversations. Like April, I think, April, May, we were kind of like, going back and forth a little bit, but it fell off. We didn't continue. So June, somewhere in the month of June, I get an email. I don't know if this happens anymore, because I think I've gotten it like twice or three times, if anything. That LinkedIn used to, or I don't know if they still do it, sends an email saying, hey, so and so got promoted. Do you want to congratulate them? And then you click, and then it gets you to the messages, and like the message is already there. You just want to like need to click to send that one message, or you can put something that you want to say. So I go in, and this person had gotten promoted at the bank, and it says you want to congratulate them, and then I just click the message that it was there, like the standard or whatever, right? And then that person replies, and he said, hey, we're still looking for an assistant, this is, and he goes like about, he explains the job description, the pay structure, and all of that, right? So at the time, I'm going to backtrack just a few days. At the time, I was paying for a $6,000 credit card debt that, I had used my credit cards to help with the renovation at the house that my ex had bought. I lived 3 months at the house, and it was kind of like the reason why this person didn't feel um, obligated to pay the credit card debt. Fair, right? So, mind you, I'm over here. I'm barely growing my business. I'm barely providing for my kids. I mean, we're nothing. We're not missing anything. We're surviving. We don't have any extra. And then I look at the credit card statement, and the payment that I had just made was mostly interest, and it was just wrecking. It was like I felt desperate. I was like, what can I do to pay off this debt? And I'm over here focusing on the debt, and like you heard it probably a lot of times, what you focus on expands. And I laugh because it really expanded like big time. So so right when he messaged back, I was just frustrated about the credit card interest. And so I'm like, you know what? I can use this extra income to pay the credit card, right? So I can pay it faster. And, obviously we go over some numbers. We have a call. I get these email where I'm supposed to apply for this job, and like background check and all of these. Like it was like I was actually working for somebody. And again, all these clients that I got online on different platforms, it was exactly the same thing. They reach out, or you reach out for some reason, you send them a proposal or something, and they reach out, and then you meet and you start working and you get paid, right? So it wasn't like you go into a company and then you meet everybody and then they teach you. No, it's like literally you have to trust that whatever's on the other side is what they said they are, right? So, well, I already have clients, and I'm going to have this new client who's going to help me pay for my credit card debt. Keep focusing on the debt. So, I get hired. I think we don't actually start because June. We're in the conversation. I'm still a little bit like, I don't know if I want to be an assistant. I mean, I do bookkeeping. That's what I want to grow. But then same thing. But I do want to, pay my debt. So, I think we started somewhere towards the end of June or the beginning of July. And yeah, supposedly, it's investments and it's crypto. And, I'm supposed to get paid 10% of, um, you know, I never really understood crypto, how it works, why people are making a lot of money. So, and I honestly didn't even care because I wasn't investing in crypto. I was helping investors invest in crypto. That was supposedly, the job description. So, and I'm getting paid 10% of that investment. So, fair enough. And I got paid once and I was like, oh, this is great. And anyway, point is, I ended up, instead of a 6,000, I got paid 3 times. And then everything just starts going back, going like falling apart. And he's like, oh, we need to the investors are pushing, we need to give him more, like buy more crypto, like we have to be on time, we have to, like the pressure and all of these. And so supposedly I need to start using my credit card to buy crypto, right? Because the investors are super pressuring on all of this. I don't know. It was a bunch of things. And so I started using my credit card to buy crypto. And then he doesn't pay me. And I'm like, hey, I already bought crypto. I sent it to you. I'm not getting paid. Oh, and then he gives me this, oh, well, you were late, so the investor is testing us or something like that. I don't remember. And then I was like, okay, but I need to get paid because I used my credit card. And then he was like, well, you just need to buy more, and I'm going to pay you. So I get paid 3 times and I use my credit cards. And I know it sounds super stupid. It didn't sound stupid at the time. My son did, though, tell me, be careful, this is a scam. And I was like, this is not a scam. Like, I'm getting paid, you know? And so he gets me using my credit cards. And then I'm asking for the money, and he's like, no, the client, the deal fell off. The client was pissed, and blah blah. I was like, well, but I need to get paid, and no, I'm just simply not getting paid. And then, you know, I at one point I was like, okay, this is probably a scam, but I wanted to trust this person because we had a, you know, time conversating, and it wasn't about like, oh, you're gonna make 100% your investment or things like that. It was a job, right? So um I still have faith that it's not a scam. I still, you know, want to believe that this person is not taking advantage of a single mother with two kids. But nah, it wasn't the case. It was completely scam. This person had no empathy, no heart, no nothing. And you know, whatever situation that got him to be or do whatever he does, it's whatever it is. I don't know what happened. It's not my problem. It became my problem when now me, instead of being $6,000 in debt, now I'm over close to $24,000 in debt. And how the flip am I gonna pay it? You know, I was barely paying the interest of $6,000. Imagine almost 24,000. So I call friends, I call my mom, I tell them, you know, they feel sorry for me because it's a lot of money. It felt like a lot of money when I was barely making uh, probably $3,500 a month, which was covering for my rent of that one bedroom apartment, our groceries, my car payment. It's 2021, so you still could make, you know, still could make it with, you know, like 3,500 and or 38, something like that. But now I had to pay 25, almost. Oh, I'm sorry, almost $24,000. I call the bank, the credit card, and I tell them like, hey, this happened. You know, what can you do? How can you help me? We can't help you. It's your credit card. It's your debt. You know, the only thing we can do is close the accounts and put you on a payment plan, which I'm really grateful for that. Put you on a payment plan and lower your interest. That's the only thing how we can help you. And it wasn't on the first call. I had to call the bank like 5 times, you know, beg them like, hey, please, like, it wasn't me, you know. And I couldn't just easily, you know what, screw it, it wasn't me, close the account, send me to collections, whatever is going to go away in 7 years. But no, you know, I should have listened. I should have done more research. So I accepted that responsibility. And because good karma, you know. At the time, I was working with Enrique. He's amazing. I wasn't working directly with Enrique. I was in some of the, you know, more affordable programs, coaching programs, recordings, and digital products. And also, because of I was in that program, he was also doing lives every Monday. It was great. It was like that really helped me in my journey of personal development, which I'm still on because I don't think it's ever gonna end until I'm not here any longer, you know, anymore. So um so I'm listening to him, and thankfully he talks a lot about karma and taking responsibility for actions. Um he also it's so funny because right at the time he tells us about a situation where he went through, it wasn't a scam, he actually got robbed in a certain way. He says that he left his checkbook in the car, and he went to a restaurant and he paid you know, the car with the valet. And then the next thing he knows, later in the week, one of the checks that from his checkbook that he left in the car was missing, and it had been cashed for an amount, like a really large amount. And he goes on and how people were telling him, you gotta sue, you gotta do this, go to the bank, and all of this. And same thing. You know, my friends, my family, obviously were super supportive, and the solution was that like go to the police, do this. I really had nothing, because like literally just a few days after this whole thing, that him not paying me and me questioning like, why are you not paying? And he never really stopped communication with me, because even, I want to say, like maybe 3 months later, he still texts me and says that he's gonna send me my money but he's gonna send a check, and that he needed my address. But this time I was just over it. I was like, you're not gonna send anything. Like, if you wanted to pay me, or actually pay me. I don't know why he needed my address. Obviously, maybe to scam somebody else. I don't know. And that really sucks. And I'm really sorry for anybody that has gone through a scam. It sucks, but we can do something about it. We can't probably get that money back, but we can switch this to make it an opportunity for us. And that's exactly what I did. And again, for thanks to the coaching that I was doing, because probably if I wasn't doing the coaching, I would have, I don't know, I would have listened to everybody who was telling me, like, keep looking for him, go to the police, do this, do that. It wasn't really going to fix anything, because I was just going to stay focused on the problem. And that's what my coach said. He said, okay, because he's a lot about meditation and, asking for guidance and things like that. And he said that that's what he did. He asked, okay, what's the lesson here? What can I do with it? And he literally said, thanks to that, I actually started this program, because, well, now I don't have any savings. I don't have money. So how can I go and serve more, and so I can get compensated and just basically wash this experience, right? This loss. So same thing, that's exactly what I did. A new opportunity does not start with a new day. It starts with a new attitude. No, I did cry for 3 days. 3 days straight. Oh my God. I would go to sleep crying. I would wake up in the middle of the night, cry. I would wake up in the morning, cry. My kids were amazingly supporting, because, well, my son did say, I told you so. But they try to, keep, like, not put more stress on me, because, I mean, it was already hard, providing for 2 kids, growing a business, paying debt, doing all these things. And now on top of that, instead of paying a $6,000 debt, now I'm like almost 4 times, that amount. And so they were amazing. My family, my friends too. Obviously, they didn't, help with with money or paying off the debt or anything, but they were super supportive and, calling, checking on me, how's everything. And so anyway, so that's what I did. I freaking wiped out my tears, and it didn't disappear, like the feeling's still there, it still sucks. I'm not gonna lie, it still sucks. But looking back, okay, so that happened. Looking back, I had 2 choices. I could have stayed in that victimism, in that situation, and that disgrace, and that whatever you want to call it. I could have stayed there and dwelled on it and basically stay small, and just continue, just, okay, so now I'm just going to continue paying my credit card and pay for bills. That's it, right? Or I could have done what I did, which was, okay, how can I grow from this? What can I do to make this just an experience, something that helps me grow? What is the solution here? So I started focusing on the solution, and started focusing, how can I become better out of this, And that was exactly when my business, like, I started growing my business. I started networking. I started dedicating time to advertising, to onboard more businesses, because one of the platforms that I go and I'm super grateful for that platform. Um, there was a lot of work being posted, but obviously I was just okay because I was paying my bills, right? But now I don't only need to pay my bills, I need to pay almost $25,000 that I didn't even spend, but I'm going to be responsible for it. So I was like, okay, so this is at almost $25,000 loss. Well, almost $24,000 loss. I am going to make $100,000, and that's going to pay for that. And at the time, it actually even sounded like, okay, well, that's what that $100,000 is a lot of money. That's what I thought at the beginning, because I would have never thought that I could ever earn $100,000. So, but that was my kind of like my revenge, you know? Okay, you got 25, 24 from me, but I'm gonna make 100,000 and I'm gonna share with the world, and I'm gonna tell everybody that they can do it, and you're just gonna be hiding there doing nothing because what you're doing is not legal. So that's what I thought. One moment. It's not like I actually focused on that. So I forgot about the debt. Again, I called the bank like 5 times or whatever, and they finally helped me. They closed my account. They gave me like a 2%, 3% um, interest rate, and they put me on a payment plan. So I'm making a fixed amount every month for 5 years, and so I put that in my budget, and I also, made it an automatic payment, so I don't have to worry about it. I don't miss any payments, and that was that's where around the time I've mentioned this before, where I was thinking that $5,000 was my goal, right? And then I made $6,000 one month, and I couldn't believe it, and it was just not not normal, like it didn't make sense, it didn't match. I'm only supposed to make five, not six. So, but it was that was the push. I really wasn't trying to grow my business to $100,000 in the second year. I was not. I never had that goal. And my coach goes even further, and he says, we have to thank, we get to thank this situation, the person who's your, I don't remember what he calls it, and something in Spanish. I don't think I know how to say it in English, but like basically the person that puts you in that situation, as hard as it feels, is actually, again, we can take it two ways, right? We can stay there and just suffer, or we can thrive from it and grow and get out of it and be successful, do all these things. So we have to thank this person. I'm not at the point where I thank the person. I thank the universe for putting me in that situation, because it really pushed me. It really made me grow, in so many different ways. And I also thank everybody who was so supportive. I thank my kids, because they have really been a big part of our growth, because sometimes the finances are a little bit tight. So I tell them, look guys, this and this is going on, so we have to find ways. And they help me, they give me ideas, and they also don't push. If we can't, well, especially when we were starting, we can't afford to buy this type of backpack that you want, or these shoes that you want. Maybe if you wait a little longer, we'll do it. And they have been so understanding on that part, and with any other situation that we've gone through. So, thanking the people that supported me, my friends, my family, and also thank myself. I thank me, because I took the different approach. I was brave enough to find the blessing, to not let the feelings, the desperation, the depression, the pressure take over, but me thrive and me be strong and me continue moving forward. So, thank to me also for getting out of the situation, and not only just getting out, but also growing, with it, like becoming, getting out of it so big, so successful that it actually becomes a story or something to share with the world that hopefully it can help, like if somebody is going through a situation. And trust me, this is not the only one situation that me and my kids have gone through and during this time and before, when I was younger, when I wasn't working in any personal development or anything. But I know how I approached the situations before and how I approach them now, and how I even tell my friends or my family or whoever comes and shares something that they're going through. This is the same thing that I tell them: find a blessing. Do not focus on the problem. Do not focus. I know it sucks, and let it feel, and accept it, but don't dwell there. Do not stay trapped there. There has to be something that is going to be the solution. There has to be. And if there's no solution, and I remember this phrase from years ago, like when I had my first job, I think I was like 19. This boss of mine said a phrase. I don't remember exactly how it goes, but it says, if the solution, something like, if there's a solution, don't worry about it. If there's no solution, don't worry about it. It's not going to change, right? So it's just accept it, let it go, and move forward, right? What else can you do? So anyway, so it's just all a combination of everything. And yeah, so again, like I said, it also served me to serve others, sharing my story and showing them with proof that if we focus on the solution, we can get out of it and we can grow from it. And seriously, my life 4 years ago was completely different than what it is now, and I would have never even thought that it was possible. So that's all I wanted to share with you today. If there's anything that resonated with you, or if there's any situation that you've gone through and want to share the story and how you got out of it and what you learned from it, please feel free to do so. And this is only one story that I've applied the exact same principles. Don't focus on the solution. And I'm going to be sharing more with it because about them, every single one of them, because that's what we're here for. Everybody's always has something that they've gone through and they've solved it. And if we can help somebody else solve the problems, or just be inspiration, or give them some ideas that can help them with their situation, God, that really feels fulfilling, because that's what life is about, right? Doing good for others. It really is, I want to say, the meaning of life. And I was watching a movie the other day. It's a great movie. It's funny, but it has a great message. If you want to watch it, it's on Amazon Prime, and it's called A Christmas Caron. And it's super funny, but the message behind that movie, it made me cry. Like, I was crying. I was laughing at, on the funny parts, but when it gets to the message, gosh, I cried for like 10 minutes watching the movie. And same thing, it's what's the message, what's behind, what's helping us be better human beings, helping others, because it feels good, and that's what life is about. All right, so anyway, that is it for today. And again, if you want to share something, or show some love, support, I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one that has ever gone through a scam situation. So share some love, and show people that you also support them, because everybody is going through different situations, and um, emotional support really, really helps. So anyway, that's all for today. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye bye.